All right, hello everyone. We are back one more time, last time of the day. My name is Cruz Romero. I'm the Director of Communications for the Student Assembly Board of Directors. And we are here live at the APTA Media Center at APTA Next. Yeah.
All right.
I'm joined by Ken Sprague. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Cruz. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It's good to be here today,
yeah.
so thank you.
So now, describe a little bit about what you do for us at APTA.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I am the Senior Specialist for Congressional Affairs, meaning that I work directly with members of Congress, staff, just to educate them about physical therapy, make sure they understand the important role that you guys play in our health system, and then also just make sure we're advocating on behalf of issues that matter most to you guys and the patients you all serve. So
yeah, it's a huge role.
It's a big job.
It's such an important role. Thank you, seriously, for all
that
you
we're
do.
here to help. And honestly, it's we couldn't do it without you guys too. So
yeah. So now, how did you fall into this?
Just kind of randomly. No, I've done this kind of thing for a little while. Campaign before, government affairs, generally in healthcare. So
okay,
yeah. Absolutely.
So now, how does APTA? How do you and your staff determine what things are important?
So honestly,
in terms of advocacy.
Sure. So this is actually a really much more comprehensive process than people realize. Yeah. I think a lot of people just assume that APTA staff are really at the helm of driving, the legislation that we determine that we're going to advocate on behalf of. But it's not at all true. Honestly, it's a lot of member engagement. So we look to our members to identify those needs. Tell us if there's something with the system that's just not working for them, not working for their patients. So we look to all of you guys, all the members, physical therapists, physical therapist assistants, and students of physical therapy, just to identify those needs. Based on that, we certainly provide recommendations. Those go to our Public Policy and Advocacy Committee, the PPAC, reviewed there, and then they ultimately end up at the Board of Directors, at which point they determine whether or not they want to move forward in supporting that legislation, opposing it, anything like that.
Gotcha.
They set those public policy priorities, and we do that once every 2 years, just with the new Congress.
Okay.
And within that, they provide for a little bit of fluidity, because obviously we understand that Congress does not work exactly like we want them to at all times. So we need that flexibility in order to be successful in our advocacy. So.
Yeah. So now you're not a physical therapist.
I am not. Nope.
So obviously, as this process goes along, and you get this information from students, physical therapists, assistants. I mean, you've been doing this for a little while now for us.
Yeah, about 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
So no, it's a good time.
So it's just a lot of homework, a lot of, I'm sure, on your end, learning exactly what's important to us, how you're gonna, use exactly which language you're gonna talk and.
Yep. We look to you. We look to you guys. So absolutely.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you. Seriously, one more time. I'm on a thank you tour.
Happy to do it. Yeah.
So now, what does this look like? What does advocacy look like? Who can really get involved?
Sure. So again, it's not just APTA staff. Obviously, we have a dedicated staff of lobbyists. On top of that, we have regulatory affairs staff, government affairs staff. And then the rest of APTA staff at large, they're certainly helpful in this, but, it's really about the members.
Yeah.
We have chapters, we have components, we have leadership groups, and we have individual members at large. We look to them because at the end of the day, a member of Congress, staff, they hear from me, they hear from Mike Matlack all the time, right? So they want to hear from their constituents, the people that, ultimately re-elect them.
Right.
Just so they understand the concerns of their constituents. So we look to you guys, whether it's through participating in action alerts, sending emails to members of Congress, coming to the Federal Advocacy Forum, anything like that. So
yes. So there's a few important events every year. So we just finished all of the National Advocacy Dinners. Yep. We finish APTA Federal Advocacy Forum. Yep. Coming up soon is the Flash Action Strategy, which has been widely successful.
Quite successful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also one more important, really important body that helps us out is the PT PAC.
Absolutely.
So now, how does the PT PAC fit into all of this?
Sure. So PT PAC, it's our political fundraising arm of the association. So it's critically important in advocacy. Honestly, without PT PAC, we just wouldn't be able to have the relationships that we do. So contributions made to PT PAC really open the door to us to be able to have the ear of members of Congress. Just to make sure that we can be there. We can let them know what issues really matter, and ultimately we can have a seat at the table.
Yeah.
When healthcare issues, access issues, anything like that is being discussed. So, through member contributions, we're able to really open up those doors. So, critically important, and it's critically important that everybody get involved.
Yeah.
It's if everybody in the association gave $20, you know this quote already, you know the statistics. So, if everybody gave $20, we would be the largest healthcare provider PAC in the country. So, just keep giving, guys. It's critically important to what we do. So.
Right. I think that's so important to hear because a lot of us struggle with issues in our profession, right, day to day.
Right.
And these are things that could be solved at there's a possibility.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. We saw that last year. We saw locum tenens pass ultimately through 21st Century Cures, and then also our rehab research bill. So we do have wins.
Right.
They're not as frequent as we would like, but they absolutely happen. And so they continue to happen because of PT PAC.
Right. But that's with what we have currently.
Yep.
So that could be better.
So what could happen?
So
if
what
we
could
have
happen?
more resources. So absolutely, you're right.
So you're saying give us
money. Give us money.
All right. So I talked about a couple of them, but what are some opportunities that that members have to get involved?
Yeah, as you kind of indicated, so we certainly have our federal advocacy forum once a year.
Yep.
Have a whole bunch of members, 275 to 300 come to DC. They participate in Hill meetings. They learn a little bit more about advocacy, how to be successful in that. So it's a great event. We certainly get a lot of co-sponsors through that on our legislation. Certainly going to the National Advocacy Dinners, student-led, and it's great. Great events.
Yep.
Download the PT Action app.
Yes.
It's a really easy way to send emails to your members of Congress, donate to the PAC, anything like that. Participating in any action alerts. Join the P team, which is our opt-in grassroots network. You receive those alerts. You receive legislative updates. So lots of ways to get involved, for students, the Student Advocacy Challenge.
Yeah.
And certainly if you guys have any questions or you'd like to get more involved, we're here to help.
Right.
We want your help. So,
Now, we just listed off a ton of things, and I'm sure as a student hearing this for the first time, it can probably seem pretty daunting, right? It can seem overwhelming, but I think what I appreciate most is that if I go to apta.org/takeaction, all of it is just right there in a very easy, understandable way, and I can go and I can send out letters to my legislators, to people that I elect in my state, and let them know exactly what's important to me. And it literally took me 2 minutes the other day when you guys sent out.
So easy.
It's so easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And through the app, it's even easier. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's just incredible. I really, really hope that hearing this conversation, a few people, if not more, really take advantage of that.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Going forward, what are some of the things on the horizon that
Well, we, today's a big day. We just saw the release of a Senate version of the American Health Care Act.
Woo!
Yeah, so we're still reviewing that right now.
Yeah.
Likely not great for PT or the patients you guys serve. So we'll likely comment more on that. We got to take a deeper dive. But so healthcare moving forward, that's going to be the big thing. We're looking to the fall for some potential progress with therapy cap.
Okay.
So we're hopeful on that. May see some advancement this year. But on top of that, we have all of our other legislation. So continuing to build support, continuing to find those opportunities for advancement in Congress.
Yeah.
Our Sports Medicine Licensure Clarity Act, certainly a bill that we think has a good chance of seeing some progress and potentially passage, this Congress. So we're hopeful for that. But just keep a watch out. We'll send you action alerts, all that. Join the P team. So
right. And they can sign up for that by going to the website again.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and they can everyone can get all of that information, and you and your team are all just extremely knowledgeable. So if we don't necessarily want to learn about the information at this time, that's something that we can donate for, right?
Absolutely.
Become a member so that you can advocate for us, so that these issues that affect us every single day can get taken care of.
Absolutely. We're here to help. So
awesome. Ken, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it. So
all right,
thanks,
everyone.
Guys.
Yeah. So that was the last live for today. Look forward to tomorrow. We're going to bring you a lot more really valuable content. All right, everyone. Have a great day.